And now, welcome to the Great Cigar and Pipe Show. Presented by Hiram Solomon Cigars. And also the Oliva Cigar family. Coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
I am a blues man.
Oh, a new beginning.
You like
Why did
it?
you cut it? Yeah, dude.
I am the blues man.
Oh,
Like
the blues
that?
man.
That's my man, Robbie Canillo, folks.
Right.
He
Oh, by the way, we're live now, right? Look at
Of
that.
course we're live.
Oh, you caught
How do
the
you
caught
not
the
know,
crew
huh?
off guard here,
No,
buddy. I
man.
know.
Listen,
that was
Ronnie
nice.
doesn't know a thing.
No, I didn't know about that either.
Hey.
That was great. But welcome everybody
Lord
to another
help
show.
you all next week because I am not here next week.
Thank God. Oh,
Wow, where are you gonna be?
Vegas, baby.
Oh, Vegas. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
on to Vegas. But
Lost
anyone,
wages, huh?
Yep.
welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We've got a full house, and to the right here of me, we have the one, the only, our mascot.
There we
Joe.
go.
You know where the camera's
Joey.
at, Joey?
You know
where the
There it is.
Cheers, guys.
Salud. Joey G's on tonight, folks. And we got a fantastic whiskey pairing with a Don Kiki gold
Where's the
label
camera? We're
cigar.
doing
We're right there, Joe. You got to
Don
find it,
Kiki
baby.
Gold.
Yeah,
We're
you
doing that
come
with
closer to me. And
yeah.
what's the bottle that we're going to be pairing with
Sumi?
tonight, folks?
This is Noble Oak.
Take that. There you go.
It's a double oak finish, finished in sherry staves. It's an excellent pairing, and we have Bruce Bush. He is the vice president of marketing and sales for K by Karen Berger. We also have Erin Yesser. She is the market manager for Edrington Americas. That's a distribution for spirits. And then we have Jason Calhoun from Suburban Pilgrims, who's going to give us his perspective on the pairing tonight. So that's what we got going on tonight. I'm very excited for these guests tonight.
Full house. Everybody, please hit the share button. Let's get this show out to everybody you know, because it's going to be exciting. And with this, I guess, big audience that here on the show, it's going to be a lot of talking over. So try to bear with us. It's going to be a lot of laughter as usual because Joey's here. And we don't have to read it, his nonsense. We're going to hear it live.
Oh, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it.
So anyway, let's welcome. I'm Ronnie Pecorini. This is my man, Kyle Jesso.
Good evening, everyone.
And
Joe Gulino
There
from
you
Chicago.
and down in the retired state, Florida, we have my brother.
Retired state?
Yeah.
Retired state?
The retired state
Not
people.
everyone in Florida is retired.
How
Well,
you doing, folks? Welcome back. Just got a new haircut.
Yeah.
and the one and only, the Chooch Master himself, Cousin Frank.
Hello.
We're talking again.
No,
all
no,
right?
no,
He doesn't talk anymore.
And then hello, everybody. Listen, guys,
I think just the wave of the hand would have been sufficient.
I know, it was different.
I first have to start off by saying I have to give kudos and honor to, I have to honor my cousin, another cousin, my second cousin, who passed away tragically this past week on Tuesday night. And it was scary. You know, it's an accident. So live every day as if it was your last, because you never know. So this is to Cousin Joe, and may he forever be in our hearts. And I know he's always looking down saying, Frankie, have a Manhattan. That guy made the best Manhattans. Bob, second best.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, Bob. Listen,
Joe, Frank, you
Joe wins. He's
Wow.
up in heaven looking down. I'm sorry.
I never
Bob.
had one of Joe's Manhattans.
Oh, I know. you
Salute.
did, but
Wow.
salute, Joe. Thank you.
Salute, Joe.
Yep.
Rest in peace.
Anyway, everybody. All right. Well, we're just getting some more people on board. So hang in there with us. We're going to have 3 fantastic guests coming on, and we're looking for a good time. We had a little pre-show hanging with them, and we had lots of laughs. And I know it's going to continue on the show itself. So yes, hit the share button. And I say, Frank, what do you think? Time to go to our sponsors?
Well, I'm sure Bruce would agree with you, Ron.
I agree with you. Bruce wants to go.
Yeah,
He's always going.
He knows. He's got. This is usually the bathroom break. He could last for about the first 5 minutes, and then he has to go. So that's our cue, and we will be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Howard G Cigars is a dynamic new cigar brand grown from a love for cigar culture and a respect for the artisanship behind the craft. We are a minority-owned family business based in Orlando, Florida. Our current collection delivers 3 exclusive lines: Black Moses, Magic Stick, All Pro Series, featuring Leon Searcy's signature cigar and Ike Taylor's one-of-a-kind.
You got the one-of-a-kind rankings. They got me at 89. I'm cool with that.
We are focused on evolving as a dynamic brand and bringing you new flavor-filled blends that you'll enjoy and want to share. Visit our website at www.howardgcigars.com. You can find a full list of our retail partners there too. Thank you for making us part of your humidor.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes, we grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands. Blue Smoke Atlanta is the vision of Robin Blue, founder and CEO, and represents an award-winning luxury smoking accessory line based in Atlanta and sold worldwide. Since 2019, Blue Smoke Atlanta's goal was to redefine traditional smoking accessories into a timeless collection of exquisitely handcrafted luxury products to include cigar pokers, cannabis clips, jewelry, and other awesome things. For an elevated smoking experience, visit us at www.bluesmokeatl.com.
At Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco, we specialize solely in the finest hand-rolled, craft, and boutique cigars on the market. Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco is sure to have something that will excite you. Shop our online humidor at www.mountainsmokewd.com.
A family of 4 generations in tobacco. It started in Odense, Denmark, 141 years ago, 1882, with a factory and a retail store by Eric Peter Stokoby. 4th Generation is a premium quality brand consisting of a selection of tin and loose tobaccos made in Denmark, pipes made of the finest quality briar, and superior accessories from leather goods, lighters, and pipe tools. The selection of 4th Generation products are available in premium pipe and cigar stores in the US and many European countries. Check out 4thGenPipeTobacco.com.
And we're back and with a freaking wardrobe change
Whoa,
too.
wardrobe
Holy
change. Look
cow.
at that.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
Wow.
No, I don't wanna gloat.
What are you looking like there? What do you
If you check that out, that says Noble Oak on it. That's what
Okay.
Nice.
that's what we'll be drinking tonight.
Uh-huh.
And I have a story when Erin gets on about
Okay.
a pairing that she did and a little contest that I may have mastered, been like the kingpin on. So just saying, I
Okay.
don't want to gloat too much.
Okay, I can see the gloating on your face already. Well, folks, welcome back. Hit the share button, and we're going to have our very own Joey G take it from here.
All right, let's get the crew on board. All right, we got Bruce Bush. He is the Vice President of Marketing and Sales for K by Karen Berger. We've got, yes. There he is. We have Erin Yesser. She is the market manager for the North Florida area for Edgington Americas. And then is Jason with
The
us,
man in the
or-
dark. I told him.
And then we have the black box.
Turn on your light. Turn on your light.
I told him it's
I
going to
think
get
the
dark.
coyotes must have got him.
Jeez. And that was the last we ever saw of Jason.
Listen, my wife says I look better like this. The darker, the better. So keep the lights down.
Hey, we don't want to hear about your personal
Never
story
mind
here, you
that.
know?
Okay.
Listen, this guy, I like him. He's got the voice for voiceover, not like my voice. So
Definitely
this
not
is
like
the
your voice.
that we need. I sound like I hate hearing myself. So
There he is.
So do we.
It's no
no picnic for us either, man.
All right, we got Jason.
And let there be lights. Hello, Jason.
Everybody,
Ooh.
this is Jason Calhoun. He's got a Suburban Pilgrims channel on YouTube. He's going to give us some nice perspective on the pairing tonight.
Man, and if we had better internet, you might be able to see him. But
Wow.
None of that in Tennessee. We ain't got that internet stuff.
All right, so Bruce, why don't you give us the rundown on this Don Kiki Gold?
I would love to. Okay, so let's show you the label right there. This is something Karen's very proud of. She designed that band, right? But the cigar's got an interesting story to it. So there's a good picture of it right there. So when I present the cigar to people, I always let them know this is kind of like Beethoven's Ninth Symphony because Kiki blended the cigar, but he never actually saw it go to market. Wow. And I don't know if you guys know about Beethoven. He composed his Ninth Symphony, but he never heard it because he was deaf at that point in time.
yeah,
So it just came from the heart. So I say the same thing about the cigar. This is a part of Kiki's heart right here, okay? And he blended it, used Brazilian Arapiraca wrapper for the first time, and they hadn't used that in the factory before, and in blending. And then Karen actually banded it. That's why it's got the beautiful woman's touch to it with the metallic gold footer and band as well. And Karen actually put it out to market. So this is the first cigar that Karen put forth as the CEO and president, but it was the last cigar blended by Kiki. So this is kind of the bridge in between the two of them.
wow.
Beautiful story.
nice.
Excellent.
So what do we have for filler and binder?
The filler and binder is all from Karen's farm in Esli, Nicaragua. She will not tell me what the blend is because that's just kind of how it is, and I respect that. But it's from her farm. I'm sure a lot of Esli tobacco in there. Probably, if I were to guess, some Condega, some Jalapa, but I am not certain because I don't know.
Well,
Right.
just put a bunch of love notes over here on the side. She loves what you're saying by not telling the special sauce. Very good. Karen, we'll talk about that at another time.
Did Karen comment? Did Karen comment?
Oh, she sent a whole bunch of little love hearts on the
Okay,
side.
cool.
She's watching you. Yes, the boss is watching. Be careful, Bruce, what you say.
So it's all Nicaraguan tobacco, from my understanding,
With the exception of the wrapper, of course. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right, is there an age on the tobacco? That
Aged a year.
a year? Okay,
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
right. And for me, it's like a medium bold cigar.
For sure. It's going to be medium to full. That depends. I mean, the definitions of medium body to full body, that distance between those two terms has gotten squirrely over the years. I mean, I don't even really know what a full body cigar is, what medium. I could guess, I could tell you, but some people will say this is full body, that, and it's really kind of skewed at this point in time. So it's subject to taste. I will tell you this, the tasting notes on this, when you guys said you wanted me to do a pairing tonight, it was a no-brainer to go with the cigar because it's got very dominant notes of mesquite and hickory.
Yes.
So it's a very campfire cigar, and this is all natural. I mean, it's not like I don't think Kiki really pursued those ideas. It just kind of came to be that, and now it's just a champ of a cigar,
Yes,
Totally.
Yes.
But and I'm doing the Toro. What's the price point on the Toro?
Well, I always say Florida prices, right? Because I'm in Florida. The Toro is going to go for $8 in Florida. So no matter where you are in the U.S., just tack on whatever tax you have.
Right.
In all those states that tax their cigars, minus Texas, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, and Florida. And then you'll have the price of the cigar. So it'd be like, it's $8 in Florida, $9 in Georgia, not $8.50 in Alabama, and so on and so on. You know,
$80 in New York.
It's an arm and a leg, and you're firstborn on Long Island, man.
So on the visual here, I got fresh hay and cocoa on the side sniff.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Yeah. On the dry foot odor, I got big floral and more cocoa notes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised when I was prepping for the cut, there was actually no spice at all.
No, it's really smooth on retro.
Yeah,
Retro
smooth.
on this cigar is really beautiful.
Very creamy.
Very creamy, incredibly creamy.
On the dry draw, I got delicious red orchard fruits over oat notes.
That's funny you say that, because an element I put in here a lot that I say is applewood sometimes.
Applewood, yeah, definitely, yeah, definitely,
yeah.
Okay, I like you already.
Well, that makes
and so does her dog.
All right, and then Aaron, why don't you tell us, give us the rundown on this noble oak?
My dog's giving me an intro.
Yeah, wait a minute. Before
I told you this is gonna happen.
It's awesome. They're awesome.
You know what? I'm gonna play something real quick so that Aaron can get her dog under control. Wow.
Get that sheep under control, will you?
Boy, that's
We'll play this
angry
one.
We believe in giving back to what makes us great. The wood that shapes our whiskey's character. Recognizing the small choices that make big differences. We strive to stay rooted in respect for the natural world and benefit its well-being. We stand for unity in good cause and good spirit, which we can savor now or save for a time yet to come. Pushing toward a brighter future by planting seeds of change. Noble Oak, a great whiskey with a noble heart.
Well, that commercial makes me want to drink even more.
Nice.
Wow.
And see.
After that commercial, it makes me feel like if you're not drinking that whiskey, you got on the wrong bus, man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Great commercial, by the way. Fantastic.
Thank you. We actually plant trees for every bottle sold, which is pretty cool. So that's why the whole tree was part of that commercial. We started Edrington. It's the first brand that Edrington has innovated, and we purchased everything, by the way. But this is our first brand that we've created since 2017, and to date, guys. So every bottle sold, we have planted over 754,000 trees.
Oh my God!
Wow,
that's great. So we'll never run out of barrels.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. That is exactly the whole point. So, but our goal is to hit 1 million trees this year. So,
wow. And they're all planted in Tennessee, Jason.
That's right.
I know they're behind me.
Jason,
She's out here all the time planting trees, and I'm like, okay, there's Aaron planting more trees.
That's right. That's it. That is what I do during the day. I just have a shovel in my hand and I plant trees.
Just out here all the time.
That's right.
So Aaron, how did you get into the whiskey world?
Oh, wow. That is just a great story. And I will be honest about this. So I was in grad school in Norfolk, Virginia at ODU. And I replied to a Craigslist ad to be a promo model. So I didn't drink at the time. I was really into like health and wellness. So I was like, well, I'd love to make $25 an hour just to pass out shots. So as I was doing that, I decided to educate myself, because if I'm handing out whiskey to gentlemen, I would like to be educated and not look like a dumb blonde. I would like to look like an educated blonde.
There
so,
you go.
Yeah. So I decided to educate myself, research it, and I found it to be super fascinating. So over time, this company that I worked for was just a promotional agency that worked across Maryland, Virginia, and Delaware, and just all over the Mid-Atlantic. And after 6 years, Beam Suntory picked me up as an employee. I worked for Beam Suntory in Orlando for about 4 years, and then Edrington scooped me up. That's the current company I work for, and I've been with Edrington for about 5 years. So
Wow.
I've been working whiskey for a while,
Nice.
over 12 years. Yes. So
Wow.
I've been to Scotland. I've been to
Nice.
Kentucky, I don't know how many times. So I've been around to the distilleries. So I love education. I love drinking whiskey, and I love learning about it. So
Top 3 distilleries?
oh, why?
Because it's Joe. We told you he's always got a question.
I was going to say Macallan is going to be up there.
Obviously, Macallan, the new distillery is fantastic. I can't, there's just no words to describe that. And then staying in Scotland, I'm going to stick with a competitor, actually. I'm going to go with competitor. I was going to stick with my other one, but I will stay. Balvenie is the number 2, and then number 3 is actually Maker's Mark over here.
Okay. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't know about that third one, but okay.
And how did you meet these two
Well,
chooches up in the left-hand
Hey,
corner here?
Chooch number 1 and Chooch number 2.
Retired Chooch.
So those Chooches I met at a
Festival.
at an event that I did.
At Corona.
At Corona, actually. So in the Edrington portfolio, we have a lot of Scotch whiskey, and then we have 2 American whiskeys. We have Noble Oak, and we also have Wyoming whiskey, which is out of Kirby, Wyoming. So I decided to come up with a cool program to blind taste test some of my whiskeys. I had a little legend in the corner, and it said, pick what you think is in front of you. So it was, Frank, what was it, like 5, 6 whiskeys?
Well, I think there were like 7 whiskeys.
Maybe, I don't even remember.
7 or
my
8
memory.
whiskeys, and then you had to pick the ones that fit into the 5. So you had to get 5.
Correct. Yeah. So the legend was to actually mess with you guys. So there were more whiskeys in the legend than there were tasting circles in front of you. So, which was pretty fun because everybody messes up. Like before I did that event, I probably had 2 people get 3 out of the 6, which is pretty
good.
bad. Well, no, I think it's bad because
it's 500.
Well, no, I mean, it's speaking baseball, it was really just I know, like people were thinking a bourbon was a Scotch and a Scotch was a bourbon, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, come on, guys! Like, I know you're in a Scotch bar, but you can do it. You can do it. So, the reason he had that polo on is that, and all of a sudden, so for every product you got correct, I gave everybody a raffle ticket. Correct? Is that right?
Yes, everyone got a raffle.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody got a raffle ticket for every brand that they got correct. And every time I walked around just giving him raffle tickets because he got everyone correct. And he's the only person to date to get all correct.
Wow.
Kyle, no applause for me.
Look at this.
Everybody else.
Aaron, look at the size of his head that you just created.
I'm telling you, it shocked me. It shocked me big time.
Aaron, let's be
Feeling
honest.
bigger than yours, Ronnie.
Aaron, let's be honest. You felt bad for the elderly guy in the corner, so you were just throwing raffle tickets at him.
No. What happened was he had a really big stain on his shirt, so I wanted to give him another shirt.
No, the real story about this, and it's very funny because
I like her story better.
I'm really taking notes as to, because she gave a whole presentation about each of the whiskeys and what you're having. Now, I, unlike Ronnie, unlike Bob, I pay attention and I kind of say, okay, wait a minute, what was said here? And let me see if I could figure out exactly what I'm drinking. So,
and I gave hints in my presentation.
Yes, you did. You gave hints. That's why I listened. I listened. And the reward is you get the shirt, but the great thing is not only the shirt, I got this too. I got this too.
Yeah.
I've got this bottle as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, wait, time out. You haven't opened them yet?
No,
I was going to say, why is that bottle full?
I have not, because
He was waiting for the show.
The next day.
I actually enjoy my whiskey. I like to share it in great moments because I think it's about sharing the things that you've been blessed to be given. So I wait. I don't like Bob. Bob is basically a closet alcoholic. So, he doesn't wait for no one. If he has something good, guess what? It's for Bob. Bob doesn't know where out of it. Hey,
man, wow.
That's not the only thing he's in the closet about.
Hey, but Frank, if Bob waits any longer, he may die.
Oh, that's true. He's not limited time.
Oh my God.
He's on limited time. So I get it. If I was in his shoes, I would probably feel the same way.
Hey, Kyle, man, you're going to burn for that one.
All right, before we all get indicted, let's go to Jason. All right.
When you get down there, save me a cupcake.
Jason is one of the coolest guys, and people, you have to go over.
Really?
Yeah,
it's good to know.
He's a great liar, Jason.
Gotta get my wife to watch this.
Yes.
Again,
okay.
so everybody, this
Good.
is Jason of Suburban Pilgrims. He's got an awesome channel on YouTube.
Yeah,
it gives us great perspective on the enjoyment of cigars, pipe smoking, and basically self-awareness of your time here on Earth, right, Jason? Why don't you tell us a little bit about your channel and how you got started with that?
Well, okay, but first I got to I've never tried this cigar or this bourbon. So you would think being on the show, I'm going to be polite. The people behind them are on the show, but I tell you what, these are delicious, really good. When I first tried the bourbon, I don't know if you heard me. I did this earlier. I was going to wait. I should have done it now, but I legitimately, I'll do it for you again. This was I went, like a visual, like an audible. I tell you what, that's good stuff. And the cigar's really good. This is like a nice setup. I didn't know, you guys sent these in the mail. You don't know what they're going to be like. I had low expectations. That's the best way to go into this whole thing. These are
high low places. I know that.
Yeah, that's right. Keep your expectations low, and life is great.
Jason, is this the best cigar you've ever had?
The best I've ever. Yeah, right. No, actually, I'll tell you what though. There's a few cigars that I like a lot, and I like a bold cigar. This one to me, when I first tried it, it had a good kind of punch, but it was like a refined kind of punch. Yes. It was how you smoke some cigars regularly and they're good. It's like a Hostess product. It's probably not good for you, but it tastes good. This to me is this was like a refined home baked. I like baked goods. My wife bakes a lot. So it's like a really good, you can taste all of the flavors. I can't. I don't know what I'm doing here, but it had such a nice refined boldness to it.
Absolutely.
That's a dang good cigar. I would like to have a lot of these. This is really good.
They are available in Tennessee. Now, Jason, I'm going to play, because you were frozen there for a while. It looks like your internet is a little,
I'm in the middle of Tennessee, in the middle of nowhere.
He's got 2 cans and a string. So
I'm gonna play for folks a little clip that I decided to pull from one of your. So you haven't seen this, but you probably have heard it many times. So I'm gonna just play this for everyone.
Cigar, a pipe, some bourbon. It's all best consumed slowly. You sip it. You draw in slowly with a cigar or a pipe. All those things force you to slow down. I think everybody should have their own version of a cigar, of a pipe. Something they do that they really enjoy that helps them to slow down. Helps them to at least think about, ponder, if you will, the importance of time.
Oh, look at that.
That's really deep, bro.
Wow.
Look at that.
That was like the Hallmark channel for men, dude.
That's my goal every day.
Oh my God, for Clemson.
And that was before Chat GPT. Like that wasn't AI written like everything else I do today. So,
that was
pretty
deep.
good.
That was like Zen. What do you think, Bob? Was that like Zenish? Too, you know?
Very, very deep. Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'll give it some Zen. I'll give it some Zen.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was good.
Good.
That was good.
I like that, Frank. Nice
Yeah,
pickup.
you know, he put it into perspective.
You took
He
the
did.
words out of my
It-
mouth.
It gives you time, and it gives you a chance to really look at time very differently and
Yes.
enjoy it in a way that most people don't have the chance to do so. And cigar smokers, I think, and pipe smokers in general, enjoy that little time that allows them to slow down. Thank you, Jason, for that perspective, because a lot of us feel the same way. We just
Absolutely.
can't.
Oh man, it's so true. No, it is. Like that's one of the things I think with cigars that people, if they don't smoke them, don't realize is that it, to me, is actually beneficial to your health.
Yes.
You know, like you can debate about that and people will, but man, that part of our culture is especially like life is so stinking fast and getting faster the way technology is moving and the world's kind of crazy depending on how you look at it.
Right.
To have a time where you come out and do something like this with people who are enjoyable, like to me, that's something lacking in people's lives. If they don't have something like a cigar, you know, and if you're open to a cigar and you've never had one, like do it for your health, like legitimately. The mental benefits and just the way that you can calm down after a stressful day is impactful. It's a big deal.
It is true. I mean, Bob's been doing it for 170 years. And
it just keeps going.
Bob, you don't look a day over 169, bro.
Thank you, Bruce.
So sweet.
But it is so true. It really just changes life in itself when you're sitting down. Good cigar, you can do it by yourself or just with a bunch of good people, hanging out in a cigar lounge, hanging out on your deck. Taking a walk like you just did. I mean, it's so important for your head, basically.
Heck yeah, it really is, and especially for like guys like me. I'm not a very social person. This is the most people I've been around in probably 2 years, and you guys aren't even here. So you have
you're
have
COVID
like an
safe.
anchor. Yeah, well, yeah, right. But to have like a thing. Like, and the other thing with these, like everyone knows in the smoking community, but if you don't have like this a part of your life, if you light up a cigar with some good people and some good company, like it's a conversation timepiece, right? Like, you know, you're going to sit out here and at least have a conversation for this long, especially a good cigar like this. So it's really beneficial in a lot of ways. So, and then you pair that up with like this thing, I'm telling you, I love bourbon. Like it's good stuff. And I think I hold a high bar for bourbon. Again, I don't know much about it, but I know it when I like it. I mean, this thing is dang. Like, I think I don't know how you guys planned this. Obviously you did, but like
we don't plan anything.
You can fake it well because this is like, I think it's similar, like so similar to the cigar. It's really bold in flavor, like really bold. Like it has so much flavor to it, but it's not like it doesn't like slap you upside the face. It's really, it's like so smooth at the same time. It's really interesting. I don't think I've ever had, like, legitimately, I don't think I've had a bourbon that packs this much punch as far as flavor and enjoyment that goes down so smooth. Like, this is dangerous because I'm glad you only sent me this much because my gosh, I would just keep going.
Jason,
really good.
Hey, Ronnie,
Jason,
man.
you really lowered the bar coming on this show, though.
Hey, Ronnie, I want to ask Aaron a question. Aaron, out of curiosity, what would you think the 3 best elements are that you're looking for a bourbon to deliver as far as like the mouthfeel and the experience and all that?
So I am a high proof whore. Just kidding.
wow.
I love.
No, let's go back to that. Say that again.
I chase.
I'll drink to that.
It's gonna be a meme
I'm in a
someday.
room full of all men.
That's going in the article, Aaron. That's going to go in the article.
Yeah, great. No, I love higher proof bourbons, and Noble Oak comes in at 90 proof, which is great. So you guys can come in and just basically, 86 proof. Sorry about that. My rye is a little bit higher. So when you put that into a cocktail, especially, it really shines. But I like higher proof spirits in general. So like when I can get my hands on cask strength anything, I'm all game. So that's number one. And mouthfeel really is what I go for. If it burns, if I can't taste anything, I'm not a big fan. The alcohol and the mouthfeel, even though it's a higher alcohol content, sometimes you can, example, like I'm just going to throw Booker's out there. Booker's was one of the first higher proof bourbons I've ever had, and I was scared to try it in the beginning because I saw the 120, 126, and I said, oh my God, I'm going to grow hair on my chest.
No, don't do that.
When I tasted it, I was like, oh wow, I'm not scared anymore. You know, this is really good. This is super flavorful. And it's just like, you know, when you try Indian food for the first time.
Right.
You're like, oh, I'm not going to like it. It's too spicy, but it's not spicy. It's flavor, right? So that's the difference. And so that's why I really tend to go towards higher proof spirits, especially if I'm making a cocktail. So I don't know if you guys are having any cocktails tonight, but I really,
yeah.
Well, I drink meat.
We're just drinking it straight.
Yeah, I drink meat too. So, but I encourage you guys to try this in a cocktail because it really holds up, right? So if you add things to your whiskey, it'll obviously take down the alcohol content. So if you make your whiskey with a higher proof cocktail or higher proof spirit in the beginning, that spirit will shine through at the end. Right?
I get that. This to me though is one of those bourbons that like it would be a shame to me to mix anything with this. Like I get what you're saying, but this on its own, it's killer. How long does it stay in the barrel? You may have said that already, but I
didn't. I actually didn't do like my scoop, but that's okay. So what you're tasting, I think what you're tasting is not necessarily the age, but what we're doing with the aging process. So we actually only age it for about a year and a half.
No kidding.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
You're doing something though. Something magic.
Wow.
There's magic.
There's some magic. So
yeah, that's surprising.
If you look at the label, we do it's called double aged whiskey. And that second aging process, it's a proprietary woodcraft process that we do. And basically we take sherry oak staves, we put them into a big vat. It's a proprietary process, but essentially it's heating and cooling. So we are literally expanding the wood, contracting the wood, expanding the wood, contracting the wood, and that whiskey is going in there. So you're tasting essentially like a older whiskey, quote unquote, because of that second aging process. Yeah.
Wow. Where are you guys getting the sherry staves from?
Well, I work for a company called Edrington, and we own about 90% of the world's sherry cask because of our bigger brand.
Yes.
Called Macallan. So,
okay.
So we are King Dingaling when it comes to sherry casks, for sure. So
the sherry cask thing, that my other favorite bourbon is in the sherry cask. That's something I guess I enjoy. That's interesting. I mean, it's got to really flavor it differently. That's got to be a big part of it or something. Like this has a really
100%.
unique flavor.
Yeah.
You guys know that all liquor, once you distill it, is clear, right? I mean, the color comes from the aging process.
100% of the color, yeah. So in bourbon, 100% of the color in bourbon has to be natural. But over in Scotland, everybody, you are allowed to add color. However, at Edrington, we do not add any color to any of our whiskeys. Yep.
That's right.
Wow.
So we're very proud of that. We're very, very proud of that.
Aaron, follow-up question. So do you recommend one rock? Because I do one big fat rock usually, and that's it. I just let it melt over time. You straight, you neat, or you with a rock?
I to be honest, I always drink my whiskey neat, just the way it was supposed to be made. However, I don't judge anybody that would put a rock into it. I'll judge you if you put ginger ale or Coke into it. I'm just kidding. I don't judge. I don't.
You should though.
That's
blasphemy.
I don't judge out loud, but I secretly judge.
We're always judging everyone else at all times. I judge everyone.
Yeah.
I'm judging Ronnie right now, and he's not making the grade. You know what I'm saying?
Just give me an F right now.
I will say this: if you do add any water, ice to your whiskey, just know that you paid probably a pretty penny for your whiskey, and make sure that your ice or water comes from a good source, right? You don't want Tampa water. You don't want Orlando water. You
that's
don't
interesting.
Want Flint, Michigan water. Okay, so
no.
Or sock water, Jason.
Hey, you don't know what that tastes like. You don't know what my socks taste like.
I don't know what a pile of dog shit tastes like either. I don't know.
Hey, Frank, you want to show the
water
question?
is really important. So just make sure that your ice, clear the ice, the better the water, that's what you want to do. So you got to love the restaurants that serve the high end whiskey, and then they have the disgusting water,
Right.
So I really take into consideration the water source of my ice and my the water that I order from a restaurant. I usually order bottled water.
Bottled water.
I always have bottled water everywhere I go, preferably in glass, so the plastic doesn't leach through. So that is
wow.
There you go.
Is that Jamaica Bay, New York water? Because that's the best water.
This is not. This is Evian.
Hey, Frank, you got a question there by Thomas. I guess for Erin. You think you can put that up and see how she can answer that?
Have you tried getting the proof up? Oh, I don't distill the whiskey at all. So if I was behind the scenes, I would release a Noble Oak cash strength all day. Like if I was a master distiller, I would have cash strength whiskey part of my lineup all day.
Right.
Or at least bottle and bond.
Yeah.
Or bottle and bond. However, 100 proof. Yeah. So my other whiskey line is the Wyoming Whiskey Group. And we have 100 proof whiskey, and then we also have an Outrider, which is bottled in bond. So, but that's our rye. So that
Speaking my language.
I want to try the rye. I love a good rye.
Yeah.
Is it anything similar to this, like flavor wise, or is it completely different?
No. So the Noble Oak. So when you make a bourbon, at least 50% of the mash bill has to be corn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're at 72% corn with Noble Oak, and then you have a flavoring grain. You can either use rye as a flavoring grain or wheat. So at Noble Oak, we use rye as our flavoring grain, and that's 21% rye. And then we need malted barley for the fermentation process. So that's at 4%. Over at Wyoming, our flavoring grain is wheat. So when people say they drink wheated whiskey or wheaters, they love wheaters. That's more like that's Maker's Mark, that's Buffalo Trace, that's your pattern, Yeah. So that whiskeys tend to be more sweet.
Hey Joe, let me ask you a question, man.
Go ahead.
So we're talking about whiskeys, we're talking about cigars. This is always an interesting question for me, man. What are you looking for specifically in a pairing between a cigar and a whiskey?
Okay, so generally, when it comes down to the basics of it, you're looking for a whiskey and a cigar where their boldness levels will match, so that one is not overpowering the other to the point where one or the other is unenjoyable. Typically, these bourbons that are like sherry cask influenced go excellent with just about any cigar. I'm going to get into the first third here of the cigar so we can get back to the cigar a little bit here. On the first third, I get a burst of vanilla over baking spices on the first puff.
Wow.
It immediately tastes like a creamy cake battered gingerbread cookie over some nice leather.
Wow.
Cookie and leather.
Yeah.
Karen, did you hear that, Karen? Karen, that's amazing if you're out there.
Karen's there, Bruce. She's there.
Tell me, are you getting any Oreo cookie flavoring from this?
No,
but Joey, I totally
Only Bruce knows that one. I was going to bring that up.
There's definitely some sweet vanilla cream on the foot smoke odor. There's a big vanilla over baking spices with the perfect spicy punch on the retro hail. You guys get that?
Oh, it's good, man. Yeah.
The draw on here on this cigar is
spiciness. No,
perfect. It's got a nice smooth tightness to it that I really like, and it's got a nice high volume smoke output. And then there's a nice transition here in the first third to campfire roasted oats. I think you had mentioned.
Definitely.
Campfire earlier.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, Joe.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. You get that campfire.
Yep.
But the upfront with that baking spice, 100%.
Yes.
I felt
and Bruce, these are my notes from last night. I did the pairing.
I
so.
almost get like
I gotta tell you, I'm more than a little impressed right now. That's like on point. You're like waking up things in my head that I was like, oh, you know what? He's kind of right about that, man. That's
well, what else am I waking up in your head there, Bruce?
Well, you don't want to know all kinds of things. Well, it's not hard to look sexy next to Kyle and Ronnie, man.
Just give him an Oreo cookie. We'll hear all about it if he wakes up.
Yes. So just to cap off the first third, you get those nice leathery notes that transition back and forth to like a creamy vanilla cake batter.
I almost,
you guys getting that?
I almost get kind of like a French bread
yeah.
in the retro, like the French bread.
Totally. So, guys, listen, the thing I want to tell everyone about this cigar right now is that everything we're saying right now, and this cigar sells for $8 in the state of Florida. And then it sells for, like I said, 28 in Long Island or whatever. But,
14 in Illinois.
Right. It's a budget cigar. And Karen is insistent upon leaving the price at a nice point for everyone to enjoy this cigar. So Don Kiki Gold, it's like climbing up the charts again. It's one of our older cigars, but it's really coming back in popularity right now because of what you're getting for the money. It's incredible.
Exactly. It's a very complex.
That is so weird.
Third.
The price blow. Like if you lined up a bunch of cigars, like I don't know, I smoke them and I enjoy them, but I would have guessed this was like a really expensive cigar just because it seems so, I don't know, well put together. Like that's a pretty cheap price for a cigar. Like this is delicious. Like this is one of those, like, to me, this would be like a special occasion cigar.
Right. Don't tell Karen, she's listening. We got to keep the price down. Karen, ignore that conversation. Keep the price down. Volume.
First of all, we never say the word cheap.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
We never say cheap.
Always say affordable.
It's a great value. Great value.
Affordable.
No, cheap is good. Cheap can be good.
It
no,
can be.
Not in marketing. Not in marketing. We don't say the word cheap.
No, you use it. You got to use that. People want cheap. If you can get, yeah. If I can go out and tell like my friends, like this thing's like it's cheap. In my mind, it's like, oh, it's like a gas station cigar at this level. Listen, like that's what goes through my head. Like to be able to get something of this quality. I know what you mean, but I'm telling you, this is like, this is delicious. Well
Bruce,
done.
what other cigar could you think about pairing what we're drinking tonight? What else would go good in the Don Kiki or Karen Berger line?
Oreos.
God.
Oreos. All right, guys, enough of the damn Oreos, okay? Hey,
we're going to tell
Ronnie,
that story. No,
Ronnie,
but I'm asking you a serious.
Ronnie, I got to give you some credit, man. There's a lot of people that watch your show because everywhere I go, I'm in freaking Rhode Island. I'd be like, yo, man, you want an Oreo cookie?
We're in 65 plus countries around the world. When do we get to Europe next week?
Yeah. Oh, my God. I don't know if this is blasphemous or not. I usually pair this with the Woodford Reserve Double Oak. So, I mean, that's kind of where I go with the cigar. I don't really want to mention a lot of other whiskeys while we're drinking this fantastic Noble Oak right now. But, yeah, I mean, that's usually anything that's kind of really got the spice in the barrel that can bring that out. It really pairs well with this. I'm not as good as some people where they could like specifically tell you a certain kind of whiskey with a certain cigar. And that's usually for me, it's just like concepts that go together, like this style tequila, this style, whatever, Karen Berger's Maduro goes excellent with a rum. I mean, in Nicaragua, we have the Flor de Caña 12 and 18 and 25, and the 18 is stellar, man. Somebody told me that knows a lot about spirits the other day that 18-year age is the sweet spot of all spirits. Like once you get past that, you're not getting that much for the money, and you're not getting the true element of that spirit until you get to 18 years being aged. That's interesting.
I don't know. I think
ready? I'm gonna throw that back to you. Hold on, time out. I need to interject on this one. How many times, gentlemen? I would like everybody to answer this question. In bourbon, how many times have you had an 18-year-old bourbon? Go.
Oh, a couple,
a few times.
Name it.
I haven't.
I can name just a few. Go ahead.
I had the Jameson 18, which is Irish whiskey.
That is not bourbon. Okay, yep. We're talking bourbon. Let's stay in America. Okay.
Elijah Craig.
Yeah, go ahead. That was.
I think I may have. I can't remember if it was 18 years. I had a whistle pig that was old.
Might have been
I don't know
18
if it was
months.
that old.
18 months.
It could have been. You could be right.
Oh, there's an 18.
This will be in 5 years. This will be 18. So then I will have it then. Does that count?
In 5 years, Kyle will be 18.
So there's a sweet spot. There is a sweet spot, but it's with like different spirits, right? Like
Right.
you can't just say 18 with all spirits across the board.
I didn't say it with all the confidence in the world. I said someone else said it. You know, I was paraphrasing.
Oh, you were okay. All right, you're off the hook, man. You're off the hook. It's good.
Boy, what a vice president. He knows his stuff, Karen. It's all good. No,
So I'm curious. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just curious with a cigar like this. Again, I don't know a ton, but I'm kind of learning about aging cigars. Is this a cigar that you would like recommend? Have you tried aging a cigar like this? Does it get better with age? Is it better just straight as soon as you get it?
Well, the thing with cigars is when you age, you're going to lose body. Okay. Now you might lose flavor. Some people age their cigars and, you know, it's not like wine. I don't know a ton about wine, but I know wines definitely have a sweet spot. They age to a certain point and they're fantastic. They start declining. With cigars, you can age them. And the only reason you would really age a cigar is if a cigar is kind of harsh. Like there's some cigars out there that won't age them, that have some harshness. Aging will take the harshness out so you can really experience what you were supposed to experience in the first place. But when you've got a cigar like this, that's fine. You can age the tobacco before you blend it and roll it. But as far as the cigar, I think 30 to 90 days in the aging room is all you really need. 30 days typically, you know. And then after that, you're probably, if it's blended correctly, you're about as good as you're going to get. You can they can peak in a year or 2 years, but not much longer than that.
And that's a major difference between cigars and whiskey is once you roll a cigar, you can still age it in your humidor. Once you bottle that whiskey, it's no longer aging. It only ages in the barrel.
That's right.
Correct.
Right.
Chris Fried, I see your comment, and I kind of agree.
What is Chris?
Don't read it out loud.
We don't read it out loud.
Well, you have to watch the show to read it. It's all good.
We don't talk about that.
Well, let's hold on for a second. Let's go to our sponsor break, and we'll have probably some more questions that people want to ask. I know Chris is asking where he can get these cigars. So, Frank, let's go to the sponsors. And everybody, if you're listening, please hit the share button. That's number one, because we want to get everybody here and get their products out around the world to your friends and family. And we'll be right back. Frank, take it away.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in one. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Kellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Bovita 2-way humidification.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of the leaf, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines. The Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, the Art of Magic.
Over the Rhine Premium Cigars is located in the heart of Cincinnati, 50 yards south of historic Findlay Market. We offer both known brands and the finest boutique cigars available. Feel free to bring your favorite beverage and relax in Dude Daycare, where dudes of all genders are welcome. We look forward to serving you at Over the Rhine Premium Cigars. And we are a proud member of the Boutique Cigar Association.
All begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our two major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
And we're back, folks. Hit the share button, folks. Come on, let's get these people out there. So take it away, Joe. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, we're going to get right into the second, third, and the final third here before we talk about the actual pairing itself.
Yes.
In the second, third, everything seems to kind of mellow. All the flavors kind of mellow and mesh together pretty well. And there's a consistent, bold flavor of leather, even on the retro hail. And the cigar becomes smooth with minimal spice, even on the retro, with nice vanilla undertones. In the final third, the cigar remains to be a medium bold cigar with intense, consistent flavors of vanilla and leather. That draw remains perfect with consistent high volume smoke output.
Wow.
And then there's a nice like graham cracker note that reveals itself. The ash on this cigar is incredible. Both there was a first and a second chapter for me, and the second chapter went all the way to the nub.
Yep.
I thought the cigar would be spicier due to the Nicaraguan filler and wrapper and binder, or actually not the wrapper, but at least the Nicaraguan tobacco is in this cigar. But it has an incredible balance, and I'm going to say that's due to the quality tobacco that's in this cigar. There's a creamy retro hail that is absolutely delicious with the perfect little spicy punch on the finish. I nubbed it and loved it. What are you guys getting on that second, third? If you're there already,
I completely agree with you all the way, except I disagree with that spicy note. I don't get that spicy note that you're talking about, but it's a very sophisticated notes on this. It's very complex.
Exactly.
The changes are subtle throughout. You don't really recognize it until you're into it.
Right.
Then you say, there is a change going on. But I think it's a delicious cigar.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let me comment on something Joe said. So, like, okay, I got a lot of friends in the business, right? And something that someone told me one time, it's really true. You know, where Karen is in Nicaragua, you've got AJ Fernandez just south of her. Over the mountain is Plasencia. Down the road's my father. Then up the road north is Oliva. So, I mean, she's in good company with that soil, right? But there's always a distinguishing factor. And Joe, I'm like more than a little impressed with you right now, man, because graham cracker is a note that you will find in every friggin' Karen Berger cigar. It's amazing. Just something about the terroir that we have. Because if you go to Karen's farm and factory, we're on a mountainside coming down to the road, right? So I'm not going to say that I'm sophisticated enough to know exactly what the wind and the water is doing in that situation. But Graham, like if you take AJ Fernandez, for instance, right? I mean, everyone's like, bam, the spice, the punch in the face, you know, right? And if you know, my father will have that tingly taste to it and all. They all, ours is always that subtle graham cracker. And then the word that you said, Joe, that I'm absolutely in love with, and I describe this with Karen Berger cigars all the time, is balance. And that's Karen.
Yes.
That's her. I always say that's the woman's touch to cigars, because she will not let anything escape that factory unless it's perfectly balanced. And
right. That Nicaraguan spice for me, it's there, but that balance is kind of just smoothing it out.
Amen.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Without a doubt.
It's a
Without
very
and I
creamy
think
taste.
what happens with this pairing, because going back, I mean, the nice thing is that you've got this beautiful bourbon that
Delicious
has that
bourbon.
on the nose. It's vanilla caramel big time. And that vanilla is so enhanced with the vanilla notes of the cigar that it's kind of got that, you know, like you said, Joey, you've got this creamy balance happening, and you're just like, wow, this is taking me to the next level. And that's what a great pairing does. It takes you on a journey. And Joe, what can I say? You really have hit another home run when it comes to a pairing, because this is truly beautiful.
Absolutely. You know what? This pairing was a journey for me, especially now that we're adding Jason in the mix, because he's got an incredible journey, and it's posted up on YouTube for you to see on his channel, Suburban Pilgrims. So we could get into the pairing. So what I typically do is I'll do the drink to the cigar, and then I'll reverse it, and I'll do the cigar to the drink. So the drink to the cigar, we got nice orange and red wine notes that mesh well with the vanilla and leather notes of the cigar, and it kind of becomes this cool, like, candied angel food cake flavor. I don't know if you guys are getting that.
Yes, you have, because angel food cake is not very sweet.
Right.
It has that just oh my God, airiness, I'll call it. It's very just in the ether. And that's what I love about this, is it lives inside of that ether space. So you're not like, oh God, I'm getting overwhelmed. You don't. There's one thing is not overwhelming. The cigar is not overwhelming the bourbon, and vice versa. They are complementing
each other perfectly.
Yes, absolutely. And then we have the cigar to the drink. You get creamy campfire roasted cherries. The drink complements this cigar perfectly, as the flavors of each marry very well together. Together, everything just kind of softens out to incredibly smooth flavors, and both complexities of the bourbon and the cigar just kind of match perfectly.
100.
Joe, can you do this with anything? Do you do this when you have a good meal? Do you like?
Imagine how annoying he is at Thanksgiving, dude.
Jeez, that's insane.
You know what? I'm still waiting to get that wet sock note on a cigar.
I'll send you my sock. I'd love to know your thoughts.
So that
a Tennessee sock.
So that's generally what I do in the Whiskey Network magazine. I'll go through the visual pre-light draw, and then I'll do the first, second, final, third, and then I just go right into the pairing. So the article will come out on the first.
I don't mean to take this conversation away from where you want it to go, but your ability to pull out flavor notes, is that something learned or something you just have always been able to pull out specific notes from whatever you taste?
So I've been developing my palate, especially on the whiskey side, since about 2015. It does take time to develop your palate. You have to drink, and I'm sure Aaron will agree. You have to drink a lot, not just a lot of whiskey, but a lot of different whiskeys.
Yes.
You have to drink a lot of whiskeys, world whiskeys. You're not just going to stick to bourbons, because you're going to kill your palate. You're going to get that, what I call palate fatigue, which is what I experienced during the pandemic, because all I was drinking was bourbon during those year and a half or 2 years, and I killed my palate, and I had to go back to the Scotch side, where, in my opinion, you're getting way more variety on the flavors, because you're getting different regions in Scotland. You're getting different water sources. You're getting different barrel finishings on the different styles that they distill these whiskeys in Scotland, and I'm sure Aaron will agree.
I call Scotch multidimensional. So if you could, to me, bourbon is, I'm not going to say the same, but it's very similar. Okay, with what you taste. But when you taste Scotch, you can just, you can go on a roller coaster of different flavors, and it's a journey. Seriously, when you,
So what's everybody else getting on the pairing?
Deliciousness. That's as far as I mean, really, I'm curious. So, like, somebody like me who can't put words to what I'm tasting, like, what do you recommend for somebody like me? How do I even begin the journey of refining the palate?
I recommend drinking a lot.
Okay, well, I've got that down, but I don't know that it's really helping much.
I tell you what, I go from the cigar to the whiskey, right? Because that's just my starting block. And to me, when I'm smoking this, it's making this whiskey open up to a big orange base.
Yes.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. That's, I mentioned that. Yep.
You're getting a very big citrus base to it. Then on top of that, I'm tasting the cherries, a little bit of oak, man, but that citrus is phenomenal, man. And I'm not gonna lie, I've got one rock in here. I'm a big believer, and a little bit of ice opens things up as long as it's good water, like Aaron said. But that's kind of what it's doing for me. It's fascinating. I'm like, I'm not as sophisticated as Joe is when it comes to whiskey. So usually by the third,
let's not use sophisticated in my name in the same sentence.
Right. Well, it's bad enough I got to do with looking at Ronnie on the screen, you know.
I love you. I love you.
So overall, I call this a whiskey and cigar pairing for wine lovers, right, Aaron?
Interesting.
Ooh, I like
Very
it.
interesting.
Wine
Joe.
I
love
like
this,
it.
huh?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
What would you recommend, like food wise? Is there anything else you would incorporate into this? Nuts or chocolates or anything?
Yeah,
that
I
would...
was just gonna say nuts and chocolate. Those are the tasty nuts that I get out of it, and even like somebody said dark cherries, right? Yeah. So anything that you taste, I would pair with, right? I get dark chocolate notes and cherries out of Noble Oak Bourbon, so I would definitely pair it with that. So
I know you guys are against doing this in a mixed drink, but Aaron, I think this would be banging in an old fashioned though, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Oh,
so
man.
wait, first of all, I have dark chocolate. I have dark chocolate.
Ooh, pretzels. Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
So I like that when I drink whiskey. It's a good combination. However, when I do my old fashioned with Noble Oak, I always smoke it. Actually,
Yeah.
So
Amen.
I use applewood, which is one of my favorite pieces of wood to smoke my old fashioned with. So Noble Oak. I mean, at least in like Tampa proper, we have a lot in Pensacola, Jacksonville area, and Orlando. Anytime that we would sell in Noble Oak, we offer the smoked old fashioned, and we support that with smokers and wood and everything like that. But that's our biggest seller. As soon as it goes onto a menu with a smoked old fashioned, takes off.
Yeah. And if you don't have a smoker, the poor man's version of a smoker is going to be directly from your cigar, and I'll show you. I'll demonstrate.
Oh, look
Are you
at Joe.
are you going to do this? You are doing that. Okay.
Yeah. You just go right into your. It works best with a Glencairn.
No kidding. I've never seen that. Huh.
Yeah, you see here, it's Kyle. There you go.
What? What the heck? Why is yours sticking in there? His isn't sticking in there like that. What'd you do? Some kind of magic on it?
Yes. This is my other trick that I do.
Okay. You have two tricks.
Kyle's smoke has a barb in it that doesn't allow him to release until he
Really? Look at that. It's still in there.
Jason's got a trick with his sock.
Hey, Joe, I want to piggyback on something you said a little while ago. So you were talking about how you had palate fatigue during the pandemic because you're an alcoholic, right?
Right,
right. And the same thing can happen with cigars. And I'll give you an example. If you get into a lot of Connecticut broadleaf, and as you guys know, that's like the go-to wrapper when everyone wants big body and stuff like that, right? So if you're smoking a lot of Connecticut broadleaf, a lot of the bolder cigars, medium to full plus, whatever, you know, and you'll get fatigue there. That is a neighborhood that you will experience palate fatigue with cigars. The way to relieve yourself from that is to go backwards towards the Connecticut, right? Start experiencing the nuances in a Cameroon. Step back a little bit to a Habano. Then ultimately, just take like about a couple of weeks and don't smoke anything but Connecticut's. Really experience the light to medium body, summer medium body like ours, and really pull out the notes of a Connecticut, and that can recalibrate your palate as you want to go forward back to the bigger, bolder flavors.
And Jason, back to your question about being able to describe the flavors that you're getting on your whiskeys. One good way to do this and to develop your palate for whiskey is grab a whiskey, find one of these YouTube whiskey tubers that review whiskey, and watch them review that specific whiskey while you're drinking it, and compare what they're saying. You know, it will influence your mind a little bit, you know, but you might catch something where you're like, whoa, you know what? He's right. It's exactly what I'm getting on that whiskey.
Consider the source of those reviewers, though. So, like,
right? Yes, very much.
You know, like, do your research on who you're watching.
Obviously, I'm the best one to watch, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the right video.
She was looking right at you, Joe.
Yeah. Only right here on the Great Cigar and Pipe Show.
That's right.
Anyway, that's good stuff there. Folks, let's hold on a second and let's go to our final segment of sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to do our fabulous Smoke the Chooch segment. And that's where we're going to have amazing prizes. And let's tell the people what kind of prizes we're giving away tonight, folks.
Look at Joey bringing out
Look at that.
A bottle.
Aaron provided the bottle.
Yeah, Aaron is. Thank
So
you.
you're getting a bottle tonight.
And Bruce is giving away a case of these Don Kiki cigars.
cigars. They pull it by the case now over.
Hey, there it is.
There it is. Oh, a nice bundle. There you go. A bundle of Don Kikis. Anything else? Do I have anything else? Going once, going twice.
Aaron's address.
Shut up, Bruce.
No. I live in Port Charlotte, Florida.
I know what that is.
Go find me there. I will give away T-shirts and hats and a Yeti and a bottle of my rye.
Wow. Yes, folks, she did point to all those bottles back there.
All right, so I don't know what the audience is winning, but that's all coming to me.
We got to sample it first before we give it to our customers,
Of course.
All right. Well, if you all heard that, we'll repeat that when we come back. Frank, let's take it away.
All right. If you want me to take it away, we take it away. Why not?
Why not?
This industry is steeped in family and tradition. There's generational stuff, and I see it over and over, and yet I didn't come from that. Being the outsider looking in, I got to ask all the silly questions, and people were very accepting to want to give me all the right answers. I'm very thankful for those people who kind of allowed me to come in. Now with Alec and Bradley in the business, to have our company become generational, that's pretty cool.
Welcome to GTO Dominican Cigars, a boutique cigar company that artfully blends and creates some of the finest handmade puros from the Cibao Valley in the Dominican Republic. We are fourth-generation manufacturers and growers of tobacco with over 140 years of experience, offering a variety of styles, blends, and strengths. Mild, medium plus, and full-bodied. We would truly consider it an honor for you to experience our cigars. Those who know smoke GTO.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Years in the making, the Chief cigar was born, blended, boxed, and released to market on June 26, 2015. This cigar was developed by former fire chief, firefighter, cigar aficionado Ken Dorbecker, and has grown into a signature firehouse cigar line. Including, of course, the Chief, a Nicaraguan Habano blend, Proby, a Connecticut Shade blend, All Hands, a Maduro Mexican San Andreas box press, and the brand new Fire Pole, a beautifully crafted San Andreas Habano barber pole. Join the Chief family and make us part of your humidor. R&A Treasures, out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs.
And we're back.
Oops,
Here
sorry.
we go.
Bob is too busy saying this is excellent.
Yes. Oh, yes.
We heard that. It is a fabulous pairing, folks. So,
And
how
each
can we
stands
get
on their
them out?
own, man? I'll tell you, the
Absolutely.
cigar and the whiskey, you don't even have to pair them. They're both excellent.
Exactly.
No
But pairing
question
is
about
just
it.
superb.
Hey, Bruce, we have people up in Delaware and Jersey, friends of ours that are listening to, and their question is, how can they get Karen Berger, Don Kiki cigars up in that area? Because I know you just came from that area recently.
Absolutely. Tamaris, I see you, by the way. Okay, I had to say that. Yeah, so in Delaware, we're a big humidor, which is right there on US 13 in the middle of Delaware, and also Cigar Sessions and State Line Cigars. We're also at Spartan Cigar Lounge in Maryland, which is right over the border. We're in Easton Cigar in Maryland, which is right over the border of Delaware as well. And Ocean City, we're at Senora Cigars in Ocean City. Jersey, we're all over the place. Black Horse, Lit Cigar Lounge. Go see, guys. If you're in New Jersey, if you're in Southern New Jersey, you got to go to Lit Cigar Lounge in Swedesboro and see Artie. Artie is a hoot, man. You'll just talk to him for an hour and be amazed. The guy's like unbelievable. So, and we're all over Philly, Wooden Indian. A lot of pairings as well in Philly.
Anything up in Northern Jersey?
Northern Jersey, we are in. No, I don't think we're over the border in New York in a few places, in Yonkers and Long Island at Maxie's and Central Cigar and Ray's in the Bronx. But Northern Jersey, I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now.
All right.
It's all good. All right.
Northern and Southern Jersey, New Jersey is the size of my backyard, bro.
No, I think it's size of Rick Rodriguez's backyard or garage.
Yeah.
All good. All right. Well, Frank, explain to our audience about the segment. Let's show the mascot, but show the right mascot tonight.
I'm going to show always the right mascot. I mean, the Chooch comes in all different flavors, and mostly when Joe's not on the show, he's trying to answer these questions that we put out to folks, and he winds up looking like this.
Yeah.
The donkey, he's the donkey, but our real mascot, the one that we look to for guidance always here on the show, is the so Chooch, for everyone who's not Italian.
That reminds me of Tijuana.
Is the hardest working animal on the planet. The jackass. Now, what we do with this segment is I kind of ask questions to first our dais, as I like to call it, everyone there. And you're allowed to answer whether you think you're right or wrong. No answer is too absurd. It's just a Chooch answer. It'll be wrong. But that's okay. So it's trivia, and I love history. So that's the kind of the game that I like to play, right? So I'll give a few questions to the folks there. And Aaron, you're allowed to look like a Chooch now and then too.
Choochette.
That's it. I don't want to get personal here.
But the problem is, Aaron, for like people our age, they're going to be questions from like the 1800s. We have no shot at knowing anything.
And Jason Sock is going to play along tonight too.
I hope so. I brought it for a reason.
It's standing up right now.
Because it's so cold.
It's chilly out here, guys. Give me a break.
Well, if that's the case, then shrinkage.
Wow.
It shrinks.
It shrinks. I don't know.
We always digress here.
Yeah.
We always digress.
Come on, he was in the pool.
Yeah.
I was swimming.
So the first question, first of all, what I want to do is I want to break up our grand prizes because now we have some amazing.
We do. We should
prizes.
give a few people a chance.
We're going to give a couple people a chance.
Is Kenny Cook watching? I just want to make sure.
He commented. Yes.
Of course
He's not here. He's not here.
He's not here.
Kenny's not here.
Kenny's not here.
He's not watching. He's not here.
Kenny
he's
Cook,
watching.
Kenny Cook wants a prize to go on a date. He wants to go on a date. I don't know who this guy is.
Oh, he's a good guy. Good guy.
Okay.
Are you single? He wants to know.
He's married, so we won't get him.
He's married.
Hey, if you're in Lakeland, go stop by Aaron's house. Private message me for the address.
All right, first question.
Johnny's on his way to Port Charlotte right now.
We're gonna have Charlotte first. I got 2 homes. I have 2 homes.
We're gonna have 2 grand prizes. One will be the Noble Oak bottle with some cigars, right, Bruce?
Yeah.
And then the other will be the rye and some swag.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
T-shirts.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds good. So you get the old sock.
You get the old sock. Yeah, Jason's throwing in his sock. You get the
Yeah,
polo
listen,
off of
my
Frank's
socks,
back.
I tell you what, they come with a unique flavor that you won't get anywhere.
Oh.
It's got wonderful
It's special.
scent to it.
Horrible use of the word unique.
Can we see the sock? I mean, everybody wants
Why
to see
isn't it? Why isn't it on the railing? Like it should be drying on the railing.
Yeah, I sent it to Joe. I want to get his flavor profile.
Hey man, you should wear it like the Red Hot Chili Peppers do, man.
Yeah. You gotta wait for the article to
Good
come
idea.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so for you guys, this is for everyone except the audience. Don't
the
worry.
audience are going to roll their
They
answers
always
no
like
matter what
answers
anyway.
because they love playing, but it's not for any prizes. This is just for you guys.
Yeah.
And
All
gal.
right.
Gal.
The
So,
gal.
Oh, it's for us.
yes, for you. For you. Okay. In 2014, on this date in history, very important things happened. Just want to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This NASA mission kind of failed, and they had to bring it back because they had some, oxygen problems with their tank that exploded. What was this mission that they had to come back?
Journey to Uranus.
And listen, in 1970, on this date in history.
You said 2014.
Well, I changed. I looked at that and I looked at Don't drink. My question is
Apollo 13.
Apollo 13.
They're the same thing, right?
Oh my God.
Listen, don't drink and ask.
Let's everybody drink the Frankism. Frankism. There we go.
And
Next
NASA 1942.
Yeah, Jason's sock absorbed all the oxygen.
And ask questions. Because my
In 1970?
No, in 19. That would happen in 1970.
I'm so confused right now.
What are you talking about?
Welcome to the Great Cigar and Pipe Show, Jason.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Very fucking
I think
confusing.
Frank is in space
I'm
right
going.
now.
I'm going back to 2014. I got.
Which one is it?
What happened?
Really?
They answered Apollo. Jeez, give me a break.
We said it already. It was
I'm
number
looking at
13.
things- Sometimes things get confusing.
I know.
You
Keep
know,
drinking, Frank. Keep drinking.
2014, was that the last time you changed your underwear, man?
the last time Bob.
Yeah.
Changed his underwear.
Come on.
All right. Next question.
I'm going,
Move on.
Next question.
All
I
right.
go commando.
2000.
Since 2014?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I haven't worn a Fruit of the Loom since.
All right.
That's how he answered the door
Let
today
it
when I
ride
showed up.
airy.
Wow.
Thank God this is on a Zoom call.
They call it Tidy Whiteys were invented in 2014 for Ronnie, but he declined to use them.
No,
All right.
I'm glad you guys don't pan the camera down. I don't want to see what's down there.
You want me to stand up? No, it's okay.
Nope. I'm good.
No.
And now for the final third.
All right, I'm getting back to 2014. 2014. This car manufacturer announced that they will recall 165,000 vehicles.
Volkswagen.
Oh, look at her jumping
Whoa.
the gun. You know what happens?
Wow.
No, I don't want to say this. I'll say this very politely. You know, when you jump the gun on questions.
That was one of the biggest recalls ever. Sorry. Go ahead.
You were, let's just say you were off.
It's Toyota.
No, you were off too.
No.
All right.
Oof.
Because you don't let me finish.
I know.
That's the
Oh,
problem.
Sorry.
Don't get 2 hours show, bro.
Because of the that could loosen or break, causing engine damage.
Honda.
No, the
Ford.
recall would affect 2010 and 2012 models of this series vehicle. What manufacturer had to recall 106?
Chrysler.
No,
I know the answer.
It was Ford. It was
No,
Ford.
No. All of
Okay,
you.
if you know the
Saturn.
answer, tell us. Go ahead.
Subaru.
No. It
Mm.
was. Listen. It was BMW.
Just said BMW.
Oh.
You did. You said
That's true.
Volkswagen.
I heard her.
I just said it.
There you go.
I'll have to play that back.
We have to play it back.
Play it back.
All right,
I'm
let's
like,
go.
BM.
BM Volkswagen.
German. It's all the same. All the German.
Bavarian.
It was all that German stuff.
Sie sprechen die Deutsch.
It's okay. I have an Audi. It's all good.
All right. Listen, I'm guessing that.
Oh, Kenny Cook got it, he said, after we answered.
You got an Audi, I got an innie.
I'm guessing that Jason might get this correct.
Mm.
Just saying.
Let
Here
him
you
grab
go.
his sock.
This is 19, and the dog agrees with
The
me.
dog's got the answer.
All right, 19. We're going back to 1956.
That's not fair. All of you were born except me. That's not fair.
He
Not
wasn't.
me.
Bruce wasn't. Joe wasn't.
What am I, a mirage?
Wow.
I wasn't. So
the only one
traveling-
was retired Bob.
So from traveling from Amarillo to Nashville, this plane for this megastar had some engine problems and had to have an emergency landing, thus creating this icon's fear for flying. What music icon?
What was the year again?
1956, Bob.
Buddy Holly?
Oh, he died.
No, he died. I would really.
Well, he had a fear. He definitely had a fear.
Maybe it was the Big Popper.
This incident created a fear for flying for this mega. When I say mega, this is like superstar.
I think Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis. Dang. Boy. Was that it? Was it Elvis?
Yes.
I got that first.
All right. So you win a cigar, Bruce.
Wait, I'll stay over here.
I'm going to give you guys one more chance, and then we're going to the audience.
Okay.
Just because,
Right.
you know,
We're running out of time.
We're running out of time. Yes, we're running out of time.
Running out of patience too.
Oh, Bruce.
In 1961, I'm adding a few years, Aaron. Just saying, but you should brush up on your history. This is why. You should all, you know. This music icon played his very first gig.
Bob Dylan.
In New York.
He's Googling. No, you're cheating. You're Googling.
He's a cheater.
Stop it.
He's a Google cheater.
Oh.
He's a cheater.
Hands
Bob
up, everybody.
Dylan.
So scratch
Cheater.
that one. That's it.
Yes,
that's
I
it.
have an itch.
That's it.
No, he's not included in this, right? Can I guess? I guess Bob Dylan.
That's it. Well, he actually played his first gig in New York City, at Gertie's. At Gertie's Folk City, opening for who, Bob?
Opening for Tom Paxton?
Nope. John Lee Hooker.
John Lee Hooker, really?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Wow, you didn't know that one.
No, I didn't know that one.
See? One more,
Okay.
because I like you guys. 1963. Why 1963? Because I was born in 1963.
Okay.
Sad year.
On this page of history in 1963.
And we were there, Bob.
This band were at #1 in the UK singles chart with How Do You Do? What band? How do you do it, rather?
What is it?
How do you do it?
How
do you do it?
Do it?
That's the name of the song, Bob. And
Tony
it was
Sheridan?
It was the
Is
group
it
first
Queen?
three.
Was it Tony Sheridan?
No.
What group?
How do you
Do it. How do you do it?
How do you do it?
The Kings?
You do it.
No.
No.
Beatles.
I'll give you the first of this group. Jerry,
And the pacemakers.
There we go. Bob has a pacemaker.
Never even heard of him.
Well, that's why he knows this. It's Jerry and the pacemaker.
I didn't know it was 63.
What?
1963.
You guys are making stuff up.
Yeah, I don't
That's not fair.
Can we be more relevant?
We're going to be on with Jerah. She says the same thing.
How do you do what you do to me? Yep,
There
yep,
you
yep.
go. See, Bob can even sing.
Oh, I
you
know
didn't
that
know
song.
that he had
Yeah.
talent.
Huh.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Oh, now for the first grouping, we will call it the Swag and Rye.
Swag and rye.
Swag and rye.
Swag and Rye.
That sounds
You
good.
like that?
I like that.
Yeah, all right. Or rye and swag. Well,
Or Rye and Swag, or
there you go.
Swag and Rye.
Or yeah,
I lost the
the question.
I lost the answer to it, but I think
Well.
I know it.
We
I
can
do.
Google it for you. It's
Yeah.
fine. We've been Googling the whole time.
I know it. Don't worry. I know the answer to this or the second question, but the first question. This is for the Rye and Swag. So
Okay.
here we go, folks. This is for the audience. Audience only. Audience only. Here we go. And the dog will.
And the
intro.
sheep. The sheep
And the
come
sheep
home.
Here we go. Kyle, cue the music. How many 750 milliliter bottles are yielded from a typical 55-gallon whiskey barrel? How many?
Good. Wow. Joey won't know this. Because he's always got his head in the barrel.
That's true.
It's one Joey.
Paul says 1,500.
Paul says
Tom says 72.
1,500.
Christine,
275 is not there. Close, but no cigar.
340 for Eric.
240, no.
10 for Kenny the
goes
cook.
10.
Okay, Kenny.
Oh, look at Bruce Stark. Bruce Stark doesn't mess around.
No,
he has
267 and a
He's
half.
got Alexa on his hip.
Listen, 267 and a half. You know, I give Bruce a lot of credit because
he knows how to use
he even knows
Alexa
math.
better than anybody else.
267 and
And a
one
half.
half bottles.
Wow.
Yes.
So Bruce,
Congratulations, Bruce.
Bruce, you got the old sock. Congratulations.
Now, wait, is that actually Bruce?
You're gonna
'Cause
love
he got hacked earlier today.
Oh, Bruce.
I got
Bruce
a
got
friend
hacked.
request from a new
Okay.
Bruce today.
Bruce
Wait.
got hacked?
Is this
Yeah,
the
he got
hack
hacked.
or this the-
Yeah, I got that too.
So is that the real Bruce or the hacker Bruce?
It's the real one. I verified it.
Well, it doesn't matter because he just answered for the real Bruce, so we got the real Bruce's address. So.
All right.
That's not correct. No.
All right. So we have a protest. It's not correct, though. It's 266 bottles.
That's close enough, man.
Listen,
Hold
guess
on,
what?
time out.
Wait, it depends on how old the whiskey is.
Yes.
And
There you
what-
go.
Evaporation.
That's right. You
Mhm.
got it.
Evaporation.
The
Yep,
angel
yep.
share.
The
The
angel.
angel share.
Right.
So
Yep,
your
yep.
question was not detailed enough.
Oh.
My question was
Love you.
perfectly detailed.
Frank, that's reading between the lines. You suck.
Yeah.
You know, everybody wants to pick on me.
It's about time.
I'm the one who researches all of this. I have to figure out what the heck I'm going to try to put out there.
It takes you a decade to ask the question, though, man.
You know, I get no respect. I'm like Rodney Dangerfield.
There you go.
You gotta earn it. You gotta earn it, brother. You gotta earn it.
Bruce, I'm nubbing this cigar and I still
Yes.
get amazing flavor on
Look
it.
at that.
Nice. Love that.
And I had the Gordo, and look how it. I thought I was going to have this to another hour, but I guess I'm a vacuum. I'm doing a Frank tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, you really suck, man.
I suck well.
Not touching that one. Not
Yeah,
touching
you
that
got to.
one. Next question.
Next
This
question.
is for what now? The bottle?
This is for the Noble Oak and cigars
And
Don
cigars.
Kiki Gold cigars. We're not.
Okay.
Bruce isn't going to tell how many because he doesn't want to shock people.
Oh, okay.
I gotta clear it with Karen, but I'm sure she'll be cool with it, man.
Can we get a legitimate question this time?
See?
Even a
Not my
dog
dog.
agrees.
Even the sheep wants
The
it.
sheep won't sing.
It's not my dog.
That's not my.
That's my dog.
We'll let the dogs out.
The sheepdog is getting on you, Frank.
All right. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Next question. This is very important. This is for the
Very.
Noble Oak.
Go for it.
And the bottle kill. Bottle kill.
Oh, bottle kill.
Full bottle.
Whoa.
Done.
Nice.
That's a great way to end the show.
Now the question is, how many bottles does it take to get Joey drunk?
Oh, there's no correct answer. Wow.
No one will get that one right ever.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess it depends, really. Yeah.
Wow, look at Bruce. You know, I mean, come on, ungrateful. Come on, Bruce, can I win both? I want the cigars. Bruce, come on.
Bruce, if you get the right answer, you win.
Hey, Bruce Stark, you know me, bro. Just hit me up and I got you covered, brother.
And there you go. All right.
You know, when you got.
Oh, but he's got to clear that with Karen, Bruce. Don't dump the shot.
I don't got to clear that with nobody.
Hey, Joey.
Whoa,
Paul
man.
says 22 bottles.
Maybe on a Wednesday.
22 shots.
Yeah, we also have to factor in the day of the week.
Yeah,
so.
Saturday night.
Eric Padron says 1 bottle.
No,
that's too low.
Bottles.
That's too low.
It's too low. 22 bottles is 22 bottles of booze on the wall.
But it's a Saturday. We're talking about Saturday.
It's a Saturday night.
guys.
Yeah, Saturday night.
All right, let's go for our grand prize,
All right.
guys. This is for the audience. And Bruce did say he is using Alexa and Siri. He's serious.
He is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And since
What's with the sheep
question is-
there? What's going on?
Hiding her.
Yeah.
You can't see.
I'm still waiting for Jason to show the wet socks.
You want to see it?
Whoa.
Jason, the only way to do it is chili pepper style, dude. You got to put it on your Johnson.
Jason, I mean, this is early pilgrimage stuff, literally.
I tell you what, it's been around.
So is Ronnie.
You got it, brother.
This is for the
All right.
for the Noble
This
Oak
is for
and
the
cigars.
Noble Oak and the cigars.
Okay, here we go, folks. Here we go. Of the 4 major tobacco growing regions, which region was created by the twin volcanoes called Concepcion and Madeira? And these happen to be in Nicaragua.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now Lex is really working overtime.
Karen, answer that. Karen, if you're out there, answer Karen, contesta la pregunta, por favor.
Wait a minute. We have this was a quick one. This guy got on it. Joshua Rivas has been on.
He's hot lately.
He is hot. He's on fire. That is correct. Joshua.
Wow.
He was serious on that one.
Yeah.
Man.
That came in quick.
He's pissed off.
Yeah.
Very good. Congratulations to Joshua and Bruce, our 2 amazing winners tonight.
Wow.
And we thank you guys for the prizes, but also we thank you for coming on the show tonight. We do hope you had a good time. I know we had a lot of good laughs here. Did Joe talk about the article again for everybody who wants to read the article?
Yes, the pairing article will come out May 1st on whiskeynetwork.net. It's free to subscribe. It goes to your email inbox on the 1st of the month.
And there you go.
That's you. I always delete that one.
Anyway, guys, thank you. Thank you to the 3 of you for coming on.
And Aaron, I
having some fun.
apologize on about all the chooches today. This was,
Don't just apologize to Aaron. Jason, this poor guy.
I mean,
Me and my sock. I'm never going to say the word sock again.
Aaron, are you going to have any events down by Corona?
Yeah, of course I am. So we have a Brugal rum tasting cocktail class April 25th at the Lake Mary Corona.
Oh, that's right by us.
So we are teaching consumers how to make different styles of cocktail with Brugal rum. So
all right.
Which pairs very well with cigars, by the way, fellas.
Yes, they do.
So,
All right.
and then we always do a Father's Day event at all the Corona locations, and then we always do a holiday event at the Coronas with the Macallan. So in October, in October we'll do Highland Park, and we're gonna try and fit in some type of Wyoming event as well with like a barbecue type of thing.
Oh, great.
And
Nice.
they're adding a Noble Oak cocktail. They're going to add the Noble Oak Corona Sour, which is pretty cool. So we're going to do like a whiskey sour with Noble Oak. Yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll see you soon.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Bruce,
Sounds good, guys. Thank you.
Bruce, where are you going to be? Any main events locally before you go to Europe?
No,
Port
not
Charlotte?
locally, but we're going to be in Columbus, Georgia. Karen and myself are meeting at my daughter's apartment in Gainesville. We're riding up together in our car to Columbus, Georgia, to Havana Night Cigars, which is a phenomenal facility, humongous, with my boys Ryan and Brad. Man, shout out to those guys. So Karen and I will be there, and also Tammy Barnwell will our associate up in PA. She'll be in Oxford, PA, at SNL Cigar Lounge doing an event that same day, which is this Saturday. And then next week, I will be at Cigar Militia on the 27th in Columbia, South Carolina, Sir Tom's in Greenville, South Carolina, 28th, Tobacco Merchant and B&B in Hendersonville and Asheville, North Carolina, and then Bourbon and Breeze in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Bam!
Nice.
Wow. You were just.
And where are you going to be in Paris?
When are you going to be in Paris? Because we're figuring, we'll meet you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Karen and I are going to be in Paris May 23rd, actually. We have a 10-hour layover.
Oh, we can't be there that day.
Bob can't. He doesn't travel well.
I can't that day. I'm busy that day.
Then Karen and I will be in Budapest, Hungary on May 24th, man, doing an event in Budapest.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And make sure you subscribe to Suburban Pilgrims.
Absolutely.
Yes, I was just saying, Joshua. Tell them how we can how to.
Also Executive Cigars in Sanford on the 22nd. I forgot my girl Tamara. Shout out.
Bruce, your time is up.
Your time is up.
My time is never up. My time is never up. You two knuckleheads better go. Executive Cigar in Sanford on the 22nd.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Oh,
Of what?
What? Well,
April.
22nd of
Of
what?
April.
April.
Okay. Okay. So we might see you over there.
All right.
You guys both get a hug and a kiss from me.
Oh,
no.
Just what you want.
Oh, no.
Yes, sir.
A little lick in the ear, too.
Busy that day.
Perhaps a spoon if you're lucky.
Joshua, what nights or days that the people can see you? Chase.
Joshua now.
Oh, you can't see me. You can see me here. I'll go by any J name.
Everybody drink.
Jeez.
Everybody
Here we
drink.
go. Okay.
Everybody.
Hey, Joshua, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Rookie mistake.
Listen,
I had to get that out there.
for a reason, but Ronnie just fucked that all up.
It's ruined. I will never come back.
Love you.
Oh, man.
Hey, Kyle, with you.
You got to go and subscribe to. Listen, Jason, you have to get your subscribers over to us because we've got like 3 subscribers on YouTube. You've got like 4,000.
It's the quality of the subscribers. Did they pay? Yeah, that's why people follow me because I can't speak.
Oh, then I'll be perfect.
Yeah, he don't speak
Okay, good.
He don't speak
Some
either.
of your subscribers, we're hungry for YouTube subscribers.
We got to give away more free socks.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I tell you what, the socks are. People like cigars and whatever this was, this liquid beverage, but you put in a sock. That's what people care about.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
once
Thanks,
again,
Joshua.
thank you to all 3 of you guys.
Thank you, everybody, for being on.
We'll see you next Tuesday night, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
week. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
joining
guys.
us,
Thank you.
everyone. And if you 3 want to stay on for the after party, we'll be right back. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Tell my brothers to line 'em up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I feel its love come shining through.